Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and I am today doing my second design team project for Amanda over at Scrimping Mummy, and I will obviously leave details of all of these things in the description box. Now, this one, which is the Lily Elsie, which if you follow Amanda you will have heard a lot about. She's a big fan. Now this is actually a freebie on the Facebook page, so if you like this, consider signing up to the Facebook page. And this is one of many freebie files that are over there. And I'm going to be working also with the vintage wallpaper. There's 5 sheets in this kit, and as you can see they print borderless, which is amazing, so you get the full page, you don't have to rip off any end bits. This one I love, it reminds me of wallpaper that my nan had. This one, it's very sort of Emily Bronte, isn't it? I think that one, and I think these two particularly just go with these pictures of this lady, so they are definitely going to get used. And then there's obviously this one again, I think I've seen this in my aunt's house. And then we leave the pink and blue, the pink and green, and we go to this blue one, and then there is a collage page as well. So there are your 5 pages, and I will obviously list Amanda's Ko-fi shop where you can find them. I've then also got, this is from the Journaling Basics, you've seen this already because this is a page from the kit that I used last month. So I'm going to be using that, and I've got a piece of standard white card. I've shown you this many times, I get it in the works, and it's dirt cheap. So we're going to start by tearing out our lovely pictures, or cutting, whatever, probably cut actually, cut these out, and we're going to make a folding envelope pocket. Now the folding envelope pocket that I'm going to show you is not new by any means. I've seen lots of people do it, but then I think, to be honest with you, in the paper world it's hard to come up with something that's not been done before. So many people play with paper and everything has been tried and tested by now. I do try to think of different things, but I fail more often than I succeed. So I'm just trimming these out, and then I'm going to put them onto my card so they become, I didn't cut that very straight, did I? So they become nice strong journaling cards. There's one. We are actually only going to need 2 of these. Am I happy to use? Yes. For this project we're only going to need 2, so you'll have spares to use something else, which is even more awesome. So all good. So I've got those 2. I'm going to glue them to my cardboard, so then I'll move that coffee before it goes flying. You know what I'm like. Right, I've got my glue, I've got my card, and I've got my pictures. So these are all already fairly, I'm saying I've got my glue, I apparently haven't. 1 second, that one's empty and I hadn't realised. It's very organised of me, isn't it? Right, got my glue. This is already fairly thick because it's been printed on the Navigator 160, but I want really good strong journal cards. So just gonna run my glue stick all around here like so. I'm sorry about the banging. Next door is doing more building work, so I'm afraid there's not a lot that I can do about it. Unless I want to be recording at like midnight, which I don't really want to do. Okay. Line that up to the top, because hopefully this factory cut card is nice and straight. And then I'm going to trim these off as well, now that they've got their card on them. So that's that. So, I didn't ask, did I? How are you all? Are you all happy, safe and well? I hope so. Nothing to share, I'm afraid. Haven't been anywhere or done anything. I am, however, going over this afternoon to collect the grandchildren. Actually, I have got stuff to tell. See, I'm fibbing. Collect grandchildren from school. Their mum's got a new job. Just started today. So the times for working day are different. But obviously so the children still need picking up, so I've said that I would go and collect them. It's not going to become a full-time job for me though, because this new job is 2 days a week. She's only working on Thursdays and Fridays. The job is as a job share. Right, I'm going to use those two, I think. So we'll start with this one. Right, and a simple pocket, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to fold roughly in thirds, but we need to make sure that we've got space for our journaling cards. So line it up. Really simple this is. If you haven't seen this done, I will be amazed. Okay. Now I know you can all do that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Now what we're going to do is we're going to take, that's prettier, but then that's got to be folded up. We're going to take the top corner and we're going to fold in a triangle like that. Okay, so you can see now you're starting to build pockets. And then we're going to do the same with the other one, but try to make this one smaller. You don't want them the same size, because when you fold this back in, you want a hole at the back and a hole there. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up about 1 inch at the bottom, like so. Okay, so that is going to be that one. Now if you've misfolded it, you'll have an odd bit there. Now there's 2 ways of dealing with it. You can either cut one of the layers off so it's thinner and not as bulky, or you can just trim that white piece off, which is obviously the back of the paper. It's entirely up to you which way you want to go with it. There we go. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of ink around it because we want to age it up just a little bit. So I'm using archival sepia. It's the same one that I always use. It shouldn't really need to be introduced to you anymore. So yes, my daughter's got a new job. She's very excited about, but I don't think she's as excited about it as her husband is. He was worried about her at her other job. It's quite a long drive from where they live, so she's with no bad traffic. She was doing a good 40 minutes in the car every morning. That's after having dropped the children off at school. And she was doing full time. So term time, when the children were at school, she was doing a shorter day. But in the summer and the Easter and so on holidays, she was doing a full day. And with her MS, he was worried about the amount of time that she was driving and working. So now he's happy that obviously she's doing a lot less, which is a lot less stress for her. Okay, I talked through that because there was no instruction, was there? It was just inking. Am I going to ink these up? I think I am, yes. So I'm put a little bit of ink around her as well. Just a little bit around the edges, so it doesn't look like it was put together today. And this one. Amanda chooses not to have an Etsy shop and pay, let's face it, very high fees over there. So all of her stuff is available on Ko-fi. So it will be a Ko-fi shop that's listed, not an Etsy one, in the description. Those of you that are not familiar with Ko-fi, I think it's growing quite fast, to be honest. More and more people, including myself, seem to be using it. I suppose in a way you could almost call this an ephemera pocket. You could definitely use it for anything. Right, so for our kit we have got, or for our pockets, we've got our two ladies, we've got this invoice, and then we've got this invoice. And I love this invoice because of my day job, because it's a soap manufacturer's invoice, so it resonates with me. I use it a lot. But also it's very generic. It fits with almost any subject matter. I mean, if you were doing a floral journal, you could put it in there, a sewing journal, it doesn't matter what you're doing. This is really, really universal. Okay, So we've got our pocket. Now we don't glue this pocket because we want to be able to lift all these up and use the entirety for journaling. So there's no gluing involved at all. Excuse me. So how do you keep this up if there's no gluing? Well, you can use a piece of ribbon or lace. I don't know if this is going to be... No, that's not going to be long enough, is it? Just check. No, it's not. I did hope I'd be able to use those little vintage bits of laces on it. It's not going to be long enough. I'm going to have to find another piece. And if you really haven't got anything, then you could take a piece of fabric. I mean, I think this pink's going to work beautifully with both of them. And I'm going to make myself very quickly some scrappy ribbon. So I've got this great long piece. It's definitely going to give me a long enough ribbon. I'm going to cut at about 1 centimetre. And I'm just going to rip it all the way across. And that is a very easy way to get yourself some shabby fabric ribbon. So then I'm going to put this round here like this. And we are just going to tie a bow. Famous last words, because I can never tie a bow, especially on camera, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so just shorten that bit in a little bit, that bit, pull off that extra bit of string. We've got these strings hanging down, so all I'm going to do is overlap them and give them a snip like that. You can use that piece somewhere else. So we've got this lovely little bow on there. That's going to keep that up. Slide it up a little bit more, and it's even, you know, prettier because of that. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to tuck her in there. I'm going to fold this, and I'm going to tuck that right in the very back like that. This smaller one I'm going to tuck in there. And then if you look here, because of the layers, we've actually got a second front. So I'm going to put her in there. So there you go. That's a really easy little pocket piece that you can put your ephemera pieces in. You can either stick it down, or you can have it in a bigger pocket within a journal floating around. So there's one. And I feel that was quite quick. So let's put that there where I'm hoping you can still see it on the screen. And let's take this other one that I love. And let's make another really simple journaling spot for our journal. Helps if you fold it straight, Claire. There we go. And then I'm folding it over again like that. Okay, so now it's going to go this way, because I'm sure, again, you've seen this before. This bit will glue to your page, and then, because that bit's glued, you can open it up, you can put things there or right there because it's pale paper, and then you've got all of that journaling inside. and we're just going to pretty up the front with another one of our lovely images. Do we want this one or this one? I think this one. So let's trim this out. Freebie, remember? 4 beautiful images. You just download them and print them off. And I mean, as much as I'm saying about a freebie, because I know everybody loves a freebie, Amanda's kits are so ridiculously low priced that she doesn't really need to offer freebies, to be honest. I mean, it's lovely that she does, you know, give a little bit back and all of that, but it's really, really not necessary because her kits are so cheap. Okay, I'm just pressing that. Am I going to ink? I'm not 100% sure. But what I am going to do is use some of this little vintage pack that I've got here. Yes, we're going to put a little bit of ink on that. Oh, joy of joys, I need to go and put the washing on the line. I've just remembered. I've been out this morning and got the food shop and I put the washing machine on before I went. And I've just remembered, oh dear, that it's still sitting in there. I need to get it out and get it on the line so that it dries. So just a little bit of ink all around the edges and on this one. Absolutely gorgeous images these are. There we go. So, what have we got in here? We've got this lovely little bit. Probably use that. And I definitely want to use this. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. How do we want to use this? Do you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to snip that bit off. I'm going to snip some more of the net out. I mean, this is a fabulous photo. Whoops, that's a few beads fallen off where I've cut the string. Beautiful photo that Amanda's given us, but I just feel like we could frame it with a little bit more lace, like this. I feel that's just gonna frame it beautifully on that card. So as they're all going on top, or is it going underneath? Oh goodness me. See, decisions. Do we put it underneath? I think if we put it underneath, it basically disappears. I'm definitely going to put it on the top. So let's glue this up. Whoops, and find the centre like that. Okay, now I'm going to put a line of glue across there like that, and make sure I've got this the right way around. Beautiful little vintage trim all the way across, and then just trim it Just trim it, she says, and then spends 5 hours faffing with scissors. And then this one, I'm actually going to glue on the back. Now obviously it's purple, so you are going to see it a little bit until the glue dries. But once the glue dries, it's just going to be gorgeous. Look at that. That bit of purple will obviously dry clear, so that's fine. So there you go. We've got our multi-pocket with 2 beautiful journaling cards in, and we've got this huge journal space that opens up, and we got that by using the vintage wallpaper kit, the Lily Freebie, and 1 page from the other kit that I already had. So as always, a huge thank you for joining me. I hope you found some joy and inspiration there. Stay safe, I'll be back very soon. All the purchasing details will be below. Bye bye for now.